So we are ready to go for our next race of the day. This time it's lightweight split 1, their second race. So getting through them pretty quickly here at Three Sisters, and it's lights out and away we go. Not held on the grid for very long at all. And into the first corner, I believe. It's actually Pickard is gaining a couple of positions, but across the line we see a change for the lead. They make their way into Luna Bend for the first time. It's Ben Pickard who was in the lead. I think Matthew Clarke has just got himself ahead of Ben Pickard though, so Matthew Clarke into the lead of the race, at least for the time being. However, these lightweight split 1 guys very, very close together. And that's what we saw in that first race. Heavyweight split 1 race 2 is taking place after this, and then we'll be into our final races of the day. Remember, Ben Pickard then looking for the lead of the race into the final corner. Jamie Sherman Chase is squirming about as well. I think it was James King he was trying to get himself ahead of, but wasn't quite able to do so. Across the line, Matthew Clarke then leading away ahead of Ben Pickard and Barry Lakes, your top 3. Jamie Sherman Chase has just got himself ahead of James King. So James King has lost a spot. He moves into 5th position. Callum Bendelow was the fastest man on that previous lap, but he moves into 6th position. So he's not really gained too many spots. He now attacks James King down the Conroy straight, and side by side between Ben Pickard and Barry Lakes for 3rd place in the race, 2nd place in the race I should say. As Matthew Clarke still leads, Ben Pickard furiously pointing forwards, trying to get the lead of the race, and does. Down the inside line he goes. Matthew Clarke is swallowed up a little bit here, and into the first corner they go, with Ben Pickard now in the lead of the race, ahead of not Matthew Clarke, actually ahead of Barry Lakes. So Barry Lakes moves to 2nd position, and then Ben Pickard in the lead with Matthew Clarke in 3rd. Jamie Sherman Chase and James King, your top 5 at the moment. Into the Luna Bend they go. Brain fade then. It's Ben Pickard at 10th and 2nd ahead of Barry Lakes. Matthew Clarke in 3rd with Jamie Sherman Chase and James King, your top 5. 9 minutes to go in this race, and well, it looks like it's going to be as close as it was a while ago. It's changed for the lead of the race. Ben Pickard loses out to Barry Lakes. That was a nice move through turn number 6. Jamie Sherman Chase loses out to James King as well into the final corner. So with 9 minutes on the clock, the order runs Barry Lakes, Ben Pickard, Matthew Clarke, James King and Jamie Sherman Chase, your top 5. As the field go through the first corner, it looks like we had someone get very, very wide. I can't quite see who it was. I want to say it was Jack Metcalf who got wide. He had his arm in the air. I'm not entirely sure why. Matthew Clarke looks to attack Ben Pickard for 2nd position. 0.2 of a second between our top 2 as they cross the line. That is a lot less now as Ben Pickard goes to the outside line, trying to find a way through into the lead of the race, but not able to do so. Now to the outside line, as still defending is Barry Lakes. Jamie Sherman Chase behind James King once more, and behind them is Wilson, who will be looking to find a way through as well. But it's a bit of a waiting game here. Callum Bendelow in 7th position at the moment. He's climbing up the order a little bit after setting the fastest lap of the race. 50.693 remains the fastest that anyone's gone throughout the course of the day. As once again across the line, I think Adam Palmer actually is the driver that's had his arms in the air. He's filtered into last position at the moment, so there must be a reason for that. It's Ben Pickard and Barry Lakes still very close together into turn 6. Around the outside goes Ben Pickard, but not able to find a way through. Barry Lakes continues to defend. They've got a bit of a gap to Matthew Clarke behind. James King has lost out to Jamie Sherman Chase on this lap. Into the final corner they go as Callum Bendelow has been able to squeeze his way through. Crossing the line once again with 7 minutes to go, so just over half distance still to go in this one. Ben Pickard's 2nd spot, but he's got to run now as they go into Luna Bend. He's got to run, hopefully, for the lead of the race, as we see if Barry Lakes is able to find a way through. The answer is no. Barry stays in the lead of the race. Clarke, Jamie Sherman-Chase, your top 4. James King still in 5th, as now Jamie Sherman-Chase looks for 3rd position from Matthew Clarke. He's got the inside line into turn 6, and the spot pretty easily finds him as well. So 3rd place for Jamie Sherman-Chase. He's still got a bit of defensive work to do, but eventually Matthew Clarke filters back into the line. Callum Bendelow now looks to the inside line of Matthew Clarke and Jamie Sherman-Chase as well. There's a bit of a bump between the two of them, but I don't think Bendelow will mind about that. He's going to wave Sherman-Chase back through and filter into 4th position. James King is battling along as well, just behind, as the leaders have gained about 0.2 of a second or so. Ben Pickard just 0.1 of a second down on Barry Lakes, but 0.8 of a second ahead of Jamie Sherman-Chase in 3rd as we hit half distance in the race. So we've got about 6 laps, give or take, to go in this one. Making their way into turn 6 go our 2 race leaders, Barry Lakes and Ben Pickard. It's the final corner again. They're just doing that little bit of work to stay together. Jamie Sherman-Chase is looking to work with Callum Bendelow as well. But having watched Callum Bendelow for a few years now in the EKS, I'd guess that he's not going to be too happy to work together with Jamie Sherman-Chase. Pickard, Barry Lakes, very, very close together. 0.1 of a second across the line once again, and in fact there were only 0.008 of a second between the 2 drivers in their last lap times, in their best lap times. There's actually only about 500ths or so. So they're so close together. They've been setting each other's pace really, and they still stay 0.8 of a second ahead of Jamie Sherman-Chase. As Callum Bendelow finds himself having to go defensive as well. Callum Bendelow getting offensive ahead of Jonathan Wilson. Ben Pickard then still fighting for the lead of the race, but the attack hasn't yet happened really, as Jonathan Wilson goes down the inside line of Callum Bendelow and is able to squeeze through as well. That gives run to Lewis Blench, who goes around the outside of both of them. Not quite able to get ahead of either though, as he's edged out by Jonathan Wilson. Jamie Sherman-Chase still in that 3rd position, and Wilson hasn't really been able to attack. We've got 4 minutes left to run in this race, so not long at all, and you question when Ben Pickard's going to finally go for that move for the lead. 0.1 of a second is the gap, and it came down just 0.002 of a second last lap, so effectively it's staying static, and still Pickard hasn't chosen to attack, as we're almost 3 wide for 4th position, as Callum Bendelow goes down the inside line, gets past Jonathan Wilson, as Wilson's got his hand in the air. I think that was clean from Callum Bendelow. Lewis Blench though is going to go for 4th himself, and Bendelow has to be very brave into the 2nd corner. He's just about able to hold on as well, so that is really fantastic racing from those guys. So with about 3-4 laps to go in this one. Ben Pickard still biding his time. The gap went up, sorry, 8 of a second in the previous lap. I don't really think that's going to affect things too much. It's certainly, I think, Ben Pickard is going to attack at some point. The reason he hasn't been able to get past is because he simply has been trying so far in this race. All of a sudden Barry Lakes is looking a little bit more defensive. You almost don't want to be in the lead of the race at this circuit, particularly with 3 minutes still to go. I think Ben Pickard has noticed that fact as well. One of the drivers said to me earlier on, as Bendelow now goes to the move on Jamie Sherman-Chase and gets it through turn 2, so he moves to 3rd. One of the drivers said to me that this circuit is so simple that actually you find that it's all about how you can race. Not quite what they said, but it's a good point nonetheless. As Ben Pickard and Barry Lakes stay close together. It's all about when he chooses to make the move. Jamie Sherman-Chase is back to 3rd. Lewis Blench followed him through on Callum Bendelow into 4th. Bendelow won't let that die just yet. Sherman-Chase is having to go defensive, but Blench goes to the inside line into the final corner. Sherman-Chase holds him off for now, gives Bendelow the run into the first corner for 4th position. Still no way through. It's a bit of contact between Bendelow and Blench. As Blench now goes to the inside of Jamie Sherman-Chase, has to back out of it. That gives the run to the drive behind Jonathan Wilson. Not quite able to find a way through, so they stay line astern for the time being. 2 minutes 24 seconds to go in the race, which means it won't be probably 2 more laps to go when they get to the line. Potentially 3, depending on quite how fast the drivers lap. Of course, the drivers don't actually know how long is left in the race. They just have to wait for that last lap board, excuse me, which means Ben Pickard probably wants to start making the move now, because he must know that we're close to the end of the race. 55 seconds to go. So they cross the line this time by possibly 2 laps left. We'll see. They're lapping on the 50 seconds for the first time in the day, really. So the track has really dried up. It's been almost too hot for it to really get wet around here, which means that it's been pretty quick lapping throughout the course of the day. Looking at the timing, we're going to be so close between between the last lap board and squeezing one more in this time. Regardless, Ben Pickard still doesn't want to make the move. Lewis Blench goes down the inside line and Jamie Sherman-Chase and almost finds a way through. Sherman-Chase is bouncing over the curb and he's airborne for a second there. That means he loses the position to Lewis Blench, Callum Bendelow and Jonathan Wilson. Is the last lap board out this time by? I don't think it will be. There's 54 seconds left in the race, so by about 3 seconds the last lap board ends up not going up this time by. So we're going to have the longest race of the day as well from how quickly they've been lapping. As the battle for third is still going on. Callum Bendelow in 4th at the moment. Lewis Blench in 3rd. Bendelow's managed to squeeze his way back into 3rd position, so that's changed since they crossed the line. Now last lap going out this time by. Does Ben Pickard finally attack? He still isn't attacking Barry Lakes. It's becoming quite a frustrating watch actually, as now Jamie Sherman-Chase is out of the battle for 3rd, really. Jonathan Wilson goes down the inside line of Lewis Blench and finds his way through as well. So it's Bendelow in 3rd, Wilson in 4th, and then Jamie Sherman-Chase sitting in 6th at the moment. Final lap of the race. Last lap board has just gone out and it is Barry Lakes in the lead of this one. Ben Pickard needs to attack him this time by, and I would suspect, with the gap being at less than 0.2 of a second, that this time by we're going to see the best attack yet from Ben Pickard. He really needs to. Out of Luna Bend they go for the final time in this race. The track bends round onto the Conrod Straight. Surely Ben Pickard chooses now to go for the move, and he still doesn't. He still stays behind to visit the final corner that he's eyeing up then. Ben Pickard, as they go down into the final corner this time by, the checkered flag is displaying on the board, and it's Barry Lakes who looks like he's going to take the win. Ben Pickard hasn't quite had the chance to go for the move, and it's Barry Lakes then who takes victory ahead of Ben Pickard. There'll be about 1/10 of a second between them, bumper to bumper to the line. Callum Bendelow finishes in 3rd position with the fastest lap of the race. Lewis Blench is in 4th. Jamie Sherman-Chase, Jonathan Wilson, Paul Walsh, James King, Hassan Zafar and Tom Shipman are the top 10. Chris Phillips. Then it is Matthew Clarke, Adam Palmer, Louis Draper and Andreas Demetriades. Your top 15, Tom Fox and Joel Metcalf, make up the rest of the grid. And gentlemen, that was fantastic. I thought, Ben, you were going to go for the move at some point, but it just never came. You seem pretty happy to run 1-2 there.
Yeah, well, Barry's in the running for the championship. I'm just turning up for one round, so I thought I'd do the good thing and give him a helping hand to win. It was in the back of my head, so I just dive bomb him on the last corner, but I thought I won't do that to him. I'll let him have the win.
Something we were half expecting up here as well. But Barry, that was all things considered a fantastic drive. You two were so close together. There was literally nothing between your fastest laps.
Absolutely, yeah. And I can't thank Ben enough, to be fair, because without his help, I may not have won that, to be fair. He was literally helping me down the main straights and just pushing me down. I think he might have loaded me into one corner, but he was trying to help me at the time, to be fair. But yeah, overall, yeah, I thought it was a fantastic drive from the pair of us, really. Thoroughly enjoyed it.
It's been a massive theme throughout the course of the day, the fact that as soon as you break the toe, it seems to be pretty easy to just build a gap around here. Is that what you found?
Yeah, absolutely. Especially, let's say, with Ben helping me, because he's pushing me along pretty much. Had he not been there, I don't know how, if I'd have won that race, probably not. So yeah, can't thank him enough, pretty much.
Well, thank you very much, gents. Hopefully we see you in the next one as well. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you soon.
Cheers, thank you.